Story NXT fans, tonight's topics on the Wrestle Story include a stacked NXT TakeOver card,
a breeze has knocked over the dream,
Walter vs. Dunne 2.
All that and more on tonight's Wrestle Story. Stay tuned!
Welcome back to the Wrestle Story, where we discuss all things wrestling, the legends of the past, the superstars of the present, and the trailblazers of the future. We stream every Monday night after Raw, every Tuesday after SmackDown, every Wednesday night after NXT, and after every pay-per-view. And tonight, we're going to talk about NXT.
And NXT UK. Hello, James. How's it going?
Hi, James.
Do you guys like my puns? I'm really funny. A breeze knocks over. Actually, you're the one who came up with it.
Yeah.
But I am the one who said it, so it came out of my mouth. But yeah, we're talking about NXT and NXT UK once again. This is the second week that we are recapping NXT UK. We've just decided to add that into our mix of what we're recapping because it's the same night and why not? So yeah, we're talking about both. We have some super cool stuff happening in the NXT right now. Like, I'm so excited for Takeover. You don't even know.
Well, I think, NXT is probably the best of the three brands right now. So definitely there's some stuff going on that's... and they threw a twist in here with, a match that probably we really weren't expecting.
Oh, yes, yeah. I got it. I was trying to figure out what you were talking about, and then I was like, I got it! Figured it out. So we're going to go ahead and get started with NXT. So at the beginning of the show, we have William Regal, wow, can't speak, who is backstage, and he announces that, yes, last week the War Raiders, Viking Experience, Viking, whoever they are, they have relinquished their titles, and their former titles will be the NXT Tag Team Championships, will be put up for grabs at Takeover in a match between the Street Profits, Forgotten Sons, Undisputed Eras, Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly, and Birch and Lorcan in a ladder match. I'm excited.
Yeah, me too.
You're lying because you hate these kinds of matches.
I do hate these kind of matches. I'd rather see it like
hate them.
A tournament and then have tag team versus tag team and not this four teams wrestling at once.
I'm okay with it. It's a ladder match. It'll be really fun. There'll be some really cool spots in it, and I'm really excited.
Well, I'm sure there'll be some cool spots, but the thing I don't like is when you're going for the title, you have these four teams, or a lot of times it's four individuals.
Yeah.
I prefer to have one versus
or
one
more.
For a title.
Four or more.
Or a tag team, the tag team versus a tag team for a title, and doing it this way I do not like.
Yeah, I know. You don't like it, but it's okay. It'll be a good match, and I'm excited for it. So, yeah. It'll be off the hook.
I agree it'll be off the hook. I just don't like the fact that, you have it for the title. I'd rather see the tag teams be, have the Street Profits take on the Forgotten Sons and Undisputed Era, take on Birch and Lorcan, and...
At least they're using their tag teams.
Well, they are, but I don't
let's remember that. Let's remember that they're actually using their tag teams.
Yes, fair.
In logical situations.
Well, they are. And they do a good job with it. They do a good job with... me personally, don't like having a title done this way.
Yeah, it's cool. But, so that match was announced, and that was one of many matches that were announced for TakeOver a week from Saturday.
Yes. TakeOver
is a week from Saturday, which is crazy because I feel like it should be farther away, but it isn't.
No, pretty quick. Coming up pretty quick.
It's really fast. So, then we get... I just want to see Dakota Kai. Yeah, I can't wait for her to come back. It'll be exciting when she comes back because she's out with an injury right now, and so, if you follow her on social media, she's talked about coming back soon. Don't know how soon, but she said soon. So
it seems like they've had a lot of wrestlers injured lately.
Yeah.
On both, NXT and
main roster.
The main roster.
Mm-hmm. So it'll be nice to see her when she comes back. She'll be a great addition to the women's division on both NXT and NXT UK, because she kind of went back and forth between the two.
Yeah.
So it'll be nice to see her back. So we start off with that announcement, and then we have the Undisputed Era, who is in the ring. They are back together again.
Well, at least temporarily.
I have a question. I'm wondering if, because a lot of people didn't want to see the Undisputed Era broken up, if they decided to change the direction in which they were going to go with it.
Well, they might and
they
not.
are no longer going to have Undisputed Era breakup.
I don't know. But this is, it's a good storyline. If they break up, it's something they can
create. Cool. I'm okay with it.
If they keep them together, then okay. I mean, they've created a storyline out of it, and, they come out and say, oh, everything's good, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, so Undisputed Era, they come out, they talk about Takeover and how it was just announced that, Fish and O'Reilly are going to be in a tag team match for the championships, and how they're all going to walk out with gold because Adam Cole is also in a match at TakeOver against Johnny Gargano for the NXT championship. So they're like, oh, we're going to get all the gold and we're all going to win. You'd like to see an Adam Cole turn face. I don't know, man. I love him as a heel. Even though he's a heel, he's one of my favorites on the NXT roster. He just does his job so well.
He does.
I don't know. I don't even know what it would be like to have Adam Cole turn face.
Well, I think he's one that could pull off either. And do a really good job.
I'll agree with you on that. I'm so used to seeing him as a heel. It'd be super different. And I guess I'm not opposed to it, but I'd be really curious to see where they go with it.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
It would be my thing, I guess. So, they talk about that. And then Johnny Gargano comes out. He starts to drop some sick beats on Adam Cole, talking about how, you keep bringing up our 2 out of 3 falls match. You know what? You may have shocked the system, but you sure didn't shock the school system. And let me teach you some simple mathematics here. It is a 2 out of 3 falls match. You won 1 fall. I won 2 falls. See? Simple math here. You didn't win. It was such a funny segment. Like I said, I've said this so many times. Johnny Gargano and Adam Cole, they have really good promos together.
They do.
They go off, they just bounce off of one another so well, and it comes off so natural. And so, it's so good. They have such good promos.
But for the most part, the wrestlers in NXT do a good job of their promos.
They all do. They all do. But there are like those few that they work so well together. You're like, aha! It's like Becky and Charlotte on the main roster.
Yeah.
You have Adam Cole and Johnny Gargano who work super well, and then
Yeah, definitely.
It's I feel like when they come in together, and they're used to each other, that's why they work so well. And then going forward, when we have these matches on the main roster or whatever, that's why they're always so good, is because they have such good chemistry and they work together so much.
Yeah.
That's what makes it good.
They do a good job.
So, I don't know. Great promos on both of their parts. And then we have Matt Riddle, who comes up from behind as Johnny is talking, and he finishes talking, and Matt Riddle comes up and he attacks the Undisputed Era from behind. And, then Johnny gets in on the action, and the two stand tall. GarganBRO.
Yes.
It's their tag team name.
That'd be cool.
No, it is. It's legit a hashtag on the internet that Johnny Gargano and Matt Riddle made.
Yeah.
GarganBRO. It's a thing.
Again, a good segment overall. The whole segment was good.
It was. It's always.
But it's with all of these guys, it's really, I wouldn't expect anything less, because all of them do a good job with what they're supposed to do, and so
they all do. They're all amazing. So next we have a match, and we have Sean Maluta versus Riddle versus Brock. It's gonna be good, okay? It's gonna be good. It will be good, because it will happen.
I think it'll be Riddle versus Brock. I think will eventually happen.
Let it be Brock's retiring match. If Brock does not win, he leaves.
Yeah, I think it'll be. I think it's going to eventually happen.
It needs to.
Well, for as much as Riddle has talked about it,
And what is so hilariously funny, after Money in the Bank, he put up a tweet. He was like, "Oh, I'm glad to see that you're back. Now I can retire you.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming back,
Yeah.
just for me, buddy."
So, I think it'd be a cool deal. I think that they
would.
can build it up. I mean, and if they're planning on it, I don't know if they are or they aren't, but Matt Riddle's planning on it, and he's starting to build it up already. So
And people want to see it.
yeah,
They want to see it because they want Brock to go away.
yeah,
Like, it would be so cool. It'd be an amazing match. So, next in action, we have Sean Maluta versus Mansoor. Good match overall.
good match. Again, they're getting some wrestlers out here that aren't seen a lot.
Where's Eric Bugenhagen?
Yes, Eric Bugenhagen.
Where is he? He's our
I've seen him
favorite.
1 week, and then I
He's
haven't
our
seen him
favorite in NXT.
on TV lately.
He's our favorite. He's so good. He's so good. He's so funny. Yeah, I mean, great match between the two. They're using Mansoor a lot more recently. I think it's because they have their Saudi show coming up, and that's where they found him.
Yeah.
Was at their Saudi show.
Yeah, I'm sure that's why.
And so I'm 100% almost thinking that that's why they're using him more on television to get him out there.
Probably.
Because they're going to the Saudi show in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
It makes sense. So Mansoor ends up winning the match. And then we get it. Then it's announced that we are going to get Matt Riddle versus Roderick Strong at Takeover. Now, people, I did not put up a tweet for this, but I have Mr. Gleen here who can vouch for me, because legit, after the Matt Riddle attacking thingy, I was like, Roderick Strong is the only one who doesn't have a match. What if they put him in a match against Matt Riddle?
Yeah, definitely.
And then what did they do? They put him in a match with Matt Riddle. I was like, I felt so cool. I was like, mic drop. I got it right.
It's like you booked it.
I did. I booked it, people. I booked it.
Good
It
job.
was me. No, so we have that announced for TakeOver. It's going to be another great match.
Yeah, I think it'll be a good match.
It leads more into their rivalry.
Well, it does.
Which is awesome.
Yeah. Again, storylines being created. This is what NXT does. They do a good job of this, and for the most part.
Generally,
so
yes.
I like where they're headed with it.
I do too. So we have that announced. Then we get the Velveteen Dream promo. Comes out, he starts talking. Okay, so first. I thought who was going to interrupt him here? It was going to be Dominic Dijakovic.
Well, that's kind of what they've been pushing, was
That's
Dijakovic and the
who
Velveteen
I
Dream.
thought was going to come out here. That's not who ended up coming out, because we'll talk about that in 2.2 seconds. So Dream gets his promo started, and he's talking about his North American Championship and how everybody's after it, and this, that, and the other thing, and, I'm the Dream. And then Tyler Breeze's music hits, and the crowd went nuts.
Yeah, they did.
They went nuts. Absolutely nuts. And he comes out and he's like, well, because their gimmicks are very similar. Dream's gimmick and Breeze's gimmick are so similar, it's not even funny.
Which I think makes this a good matchup.
And
it makes it interesting, at least.
So he comes out and he tells him, there can only be one Prince Pretty, and that's me. I'm the OG Prince Pretty. You're an imposter. I'm flattered that you want to be me, but you can't, because I'm the only one. So, sorry. And, have some news at Stomping Grounds. Becky versus Bayley for the SmackDown Live Women's title. Soon to be Becky 2 belts again. I wish they called Dream Up already. Yeah, I kind of agree. I wish they would call Dream Up.
Well, I think one of the reasons they're not doing it right now
is because Vince will trash him?
Well, they need to figure out what they're doing with what they have.
Yeah.
I agree. Dream could be good up on the main roster. But the thing that worries me with moving him up, it worries me that they would ruin him.
Yeah.
And do the same stuff that they've done with a lot of the NXT
EC3.
call-ups.
Dude, okay, so
Dream is probably better off in NXT than
I
being
will
called
agree
up to
with
the
you.
main roster.
I think he'd be great on the main roster. It's just a matter of them actually using him and Vince not overlooking him. Once Vince is out of there, I think we'll be fine and people can be moved up because Triple H will be in charge. And if he's going to run it the way he does, like the way he runs NXT, it'll be good.
I agree.
But until Vince goes somewhere, I don't see it happening.
No, I don't see it happening.
It's not going to get better.
It's not. No. And that's the one thing that worries me about, moving up these NXT stars. I mean, look what he's done with the last call-up. Ricochet was getting a push. Aleister Black was getting a push. And they've kind of been pushed to the back now. The War Raiders, Viking Raiders, Viking Experience.
The War Viking Raiders Experience.
So, because
if that's your real name.
Their name changes so much. So... I think it's one of those things that Velveteen Dream would be awesome on the main roster, I believe.
What did they... Well, this is even looking back the time before. They didn't start using Lacey Evans until recently in the ring.
Yeah.
They had her doing a walking up and down thing, but that did nothing for her. They had EC3, who did mirror promos backstage or something like that.
And now he's chasing around.
He was waxing a mirror. Now he's chasing around the 24/7 championship.
Yeah. I'm afraid right now I'd love to see Dream up there, but right now I'm afraid they'd ruin it.
Yeah. As for the Becky versus Bayley SmackDown Live Women's Title Stomping Grounds, I heard that too.
Yeah.
That she would be up against. It would look like she would be up against Lacey again in a rematch, and then against Bayley.
Yeah.
For the SmackDown Women's Championship.
Yeah, definitely.
She needs to go back to NXT. Lacey? I think we're talking about Lacey.
Again, the women's division they haven't done anything with. I mean, they really haven't pushed anybody. I don't understand why. They've got some talent there.
They've pushed them, but in all the wrong ways.
Well, they've got talent there, okay? They just don't use it. They don't use the talent they have.
Yeah.
And they don't do it for the men's side either. I mean, there's a lot of talent that they don't use on the men's side.
Agreed.
It's just, and right now, since Ronda Rousey isn't around, for whatever reason,
division does not matter anymore.
They're not pushing the women's division.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make sense to me. It seems like you would be wanting to push it, make your product better.
But apparently not.
Yeah.
So
they're gonna have to.
They have to. They are going to have to. The thing is, people are interested in the women's division. They just aren't doing anything with it.
They don't promote it. They don't push it. They don't promote it. They don't do anything with it.
But people are interested in it, so they should be pushing it because people want to see it.
Yeah, definitely.
You got Becky Lynch, people.
So then you have Dream out there.
Dream tells him that he should get a selfie with the champ while he's here because he's not going to have a chance to anytime else.
Yeah.
So do it now or forever hold your peace. And
Tyler Breeze says, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, sure. Let's take a selfie. And he's like, let me teach you the art of selfie taking. And he no longer has a selfie stick. This is sad. So he has to hold his phone and he's like, yeah, we going to take a selfie? We going to take a selfie? We gonna take a selfie? Yeah, cool. They take the selfie, and then he's like, he turns to Dream, and he said something, and then he was like, "Wacha!" Punched him in the jaw, and Dream went down. And then he walked out, and everybody was like, ah! That was amazing!
Good segment.
The crowd was so into Breeze being there. And what was even funnier about this segment was Velveteen Dream slammed the main roster. Slammed it. He was like, you went... I don't know what you're doing here and why you think you should challenge the Dream, but you aren't doing anything on Raw or SmackDown. You sitting in catering, I don't know what you're learning there, but you're not up to my standards.
Yeah.
It was so funny, but it's so true. He legit slammed the main roster. Triple H is a genius. He's a genius.
It's creating a storyline. It's throwing something out there, and it's pretty cool what they're doing with it.
I find it hilarious that Triple H this is the second or third time that I have seen things that are surrounding Triple H where he has said terrible things about the main roster and the way Vince runs it.
Well, NXT does more in an hour than a lot of times than Raw does in 3 hours or SmackDown does in 2 hours.
It makes me laugh.
And so, they've done a good job promoting this. They've done a good job, with everything they do. Their segments are good. I thought, that Dominik Dijakovic was going to be challenging Dream.
I did too. And after the segment was over,
this Tyler Breeze thing, I think this makes it more interesting than having Velveteen versus Dijakovic. And maybe since Keith Lee came back, they decided
they're going to do that again.
They're going to go back
I would love that. I'd be okay with that. If you're going to scratch the Velveteen Dream idea, I'm 100% okay to go back to the Keith Lee thing. Because I was interested in that to begin with.
Yeah.
So, it's just, boy, oh boy. After the segment was over, I was like, so are they going to go with the Dijakovic thing at TakeOver? Because that's where I thought they were headed. But then they changed it, and then they did the Tyler Breeze thing. So now who's going to have a match?
Yes.
I don't know. And then they announced it later.
Yep.
And so we'll talk about that.
We will talk about Walter and Pete Dunne here shortly.
Yes, very, very shortly. So the next match that we have on here is Candice LeRae versus Reina Gonzalez. This is a good match. Reina Gonzalez is a giant, and Candice LeRae is a short person compared to Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Gonzalez is like 6 feet tall or something like that.
Yeah.
Candice LeRae is like 5 foot tall, possibly shorter.
Yeah. So again, another good, solid match.
It was good. Now where they went with it afterwards, I was like,
yeah, it was. Well, yeah. So Candice gets the win, and then she gets attacked by Shayna.
Yeah, I love Candice LeRae too.
Shayna and company.
Shayna and company. That's what I wrote down. Shayna and Marina Shafir and Jessamine Duke. I didn't feel like writing it down, so I just left it at that.
Yeah. So they come out and attack Candice.
Per usual, attacking everybody in the women's division.
Yeah, just like they always do.
Because that's what they do best.
However, the one thing that was different this time, Io Shirai had a weapon and came out with a kendo stick and helped out Candice.
My gravies. I think they should add a stipulation to their women's match. It should be Extreme Rules or something like that, or Falls Count Anywhere, and then Io Shirai can whoop Shayna Baszler's butt up and down the ramp with the flipping kendo stick.
Yeah.
It would be amazing.
Well, again, this is a good segment, good match. Good. I like the way they had Io Shirai come out and attack him with the kendo stick.
I was like, oh, Io Shirai is not playing games anymore, people.
Well,
she is done with that.
Here's the thing. We know that with the way they've use Shayna Baszler, they could have just had Io Shirai come out and attack Shayna Baszler. And
Io probably would have got squished.
And then she would have probably got beat up. But she came out with a kendo stick.
And then it made Shayna look weak.
Yeah.
Because Shayna couldn't handle the heat. Which is good.
I don't know that it makes Shayna look weak because she actually has a weapon that she's using on her.
Well, she is. But it makes Shayna look less in, I don't know.
It makes it more interesting and more believable that, Io Shirai is coming out knowing that there's 3 of them. And
only one of
her, and she's going to have to use a kendo stick to help make sure that she's, at least putting up a fight with that. So
because she's been put through it the last several weeks.
Good segment. I mean, it was a good segment. Believable. Mm-hmm. And it was good. It was
a good segment, 100%.
Then we get the Tyler Breeze versus the Dream announcement at TakeOver.
For the North American Championship. I'm excited for this match too, man.
Yes.
I'm glad they're using Breeze because he has a cool character.
Well, he's probably glad they're using
different.
Rather than, not being seen.
Just imagine that. At least he's not chasing after the 24/7 championship.
Yeah. He could be doing that.
I mean, he could be. But R-Truth and Drake Maverick, they're duking it out, and I'm okay with that.
So then you have Matt Riddle and Johnny Gargano versus the Undisputed Era.
Let's call them by their team name. GarganBRO.
Okay, GarganBRO. obviously, you knew what was probably going to happen here. Era gets the Undisputed Era gets the win after Cole and Strong help out.
Without being seen by the referee.
Yeah.
They get the win. And then Era continues to attack the two fools in the ring after the fact.
Yes.
So that was great. Undisputed Era's back, baby. And they're taking over.
Again, another solid NXT show. If I was to rate it, I'd give it probably B plus A minus. It was really good, I thought.
Why would you not give it like an A?
Well, just because you got to save that A for like when you have big matches.
Yeah,
I mean, if you have the big matches and stuff, then
I get it.
I think that
I was just wondering if you thought that there was anything wrong with the show.
No, I mean they're creating storylines is what they're doing, and that's what's cool about it. And so that's the one thing. Like I said, that's what NXT does really well. Is they create storylines, they get people interested, and the sad part is it's on the WWE Network where there's a lot of wrestling fans that don't get it and don't watch it. And if they had it out where people could see it on like main TV, I think that people would like it and get. In fact, I think it would probably get better ratings than the main show.
Well, speaking of ratings, Raw actually had the highest ratings it's had in a while this Monday.
Yeah, but they're still down from last year.
They still are, but they're up in ratings from the last several weeks, which is good.
It's hard to go down from.
Now, why would that be?
Well, I think there's a lot of factors.
Put money in the bank on Brock Lesnar.
I think that's part of it, but I think there's a lot of factors that go into it other than just Brock Lesnar. I think.
Well, why are you getting more ratings? Why are you getting more ratings when Brock Lesnar's on TV? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, well, that's just it. I mean, it's, I don't know.
Explain that to me.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
So now we have NXT UK.
So that does it for our NXT.
Brock was the reason.
Yeah. So that's NXT for you.
Yeah.
Now we will start talking about our NXT UK segment.
Yep. So NXT UK, again, this week was really good. They're building up to some things for next week. I'm excited because we get a big match next week on NXT UK.
Yeah.
For the women's division, so that's exciting. So started off the show with Travis Banks versus Joseph Connors for the last spot in the Fatal 4-Way Qualifiers match. I don't remember if they said if that match is next week or when it is. If anybody knows, let me know, because I don't remember them saying when the Fatal 4-Way Qualifier match
maybe we just missed it,
was.
But I don't remember.
I just know that this was the last match for it. And so Travis Banks ends up getting the win. And at the end, he pretty much calls out all the other guys that have been announced for the match. Jordan Devlin, such and so. He called them out, was like, I'm going to win. My turn to get a shot at the NXT UK Championship. If I was to have my pick, Jordan Devlin is going to win it. And he's going to go on to face Walter, and he should win the championship.
Yeah.
Because he's amazing.
Yeah, definitely.
He's amazing. He's like Finn Balor, but on NXT UK.
Yeah.
He's really good.
He is really good.
So Travis Banks wins the match, and then we get a Nina Samuels promo, pretty much just telling Toni Storm that next week, it's all over. It's all over. Curtain call, because I am walking out the new NXT UK Women's Champion. I'm excited for this match. I'm excited to see it next week. Love the story. It's great.
Yeah, I look forward to the match. There's a good promo, good way of getting things out there.
Mm-hmm. And they kind of been going back and forth for a couple weeks now with the promo situation. But this was good, and I liked it.
See, and this is why it's good though. They're not necessarily confronting each other. There's a lot of promo stuff going on.
Yeah, last week Toni Storm, hers was the interview situation where she was, asked about Nina Samuels and her thoughts and, their match in 2 weeks. And so, it's like along the same lines of that, only this was like an actual promo backstage and it was cool and I like that stuff. The next thing that we have in here is another match between Mark Andrews and Noam Dar, and both of these guys are. They showed like the recap thing of when I remember watching this. This happened to be one of those NXT UKs that I had watched. Love Toni Storm. I want her and Becky Mania. I agree with that. Toni Storm versus Becky would be like an amazing match.
We've talked about before, the NXT women or NXT UK women. Some of them
Toni Storm
possibly
Ripley,
moving up,
like
to the main roster, and I think they would contribute to it.
I agree. They would be amazing. And what better time to move her up if she loses her championship? I mean,
well, again, as long as they're going to
why not?
As long as they're going to use the women's division the right way.
I agree. I think if they would move anybody up, well, this doesn't have to do with NXT UK, but if they're going to move anybody up like soon after Takeover or after a big match, it would be Shayna Baszler.
Yeah.
Because if she's going to lose her NXT Women's Championship next week, she's moving up.
She might.
I don't see why they would take the championship off of her if she wasn't moving up.
Well, other than just creating a storyline there. I mean, we'll see what they do.
I mean, yeah. Other than that, but I think that they're probably getting ready to move her up, and they're going to do Becky and Shayna at SummerSlam.
Possibly.
Is what I'm thinking. Unless they do Becky and Sasha if Sasha comes back, but Becky and Shayna would make more sense because Shayna's actually there.
Well, I mean, Becky and the thing is, they could use the Sasha Banks being out as a storyline some way.
They could.
So,
It's just a matter of what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Mark Andrews and Noam Dar, they showed... that was some sneeze.
I had to sneeze.
Generally not what they sound like. They're, like, really loud.
Trying to prevent myself from, like, blowing up.
Yeah. They better not screw Becky. I agree. Don't ever screw Becky. It'll end well. Or it'll end terribly for you.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't always end well.
No.
For the people on the other end. But Mark Andrews and Noam Dar, they showed their little video from before when they both got injured in a match against each other trying to prove who was better. And they showed that video, and then we get this match. And Noam Dar gets the win after he pretends to be injured. He pretends to have re-injured his leg. And Mark Andrews is like, oh, okay, we'll stop the match. It's cool. The ref was all like, cool, we're going to stop the match. You can't continue competing. And then Dar got up and was like, wacha! Hit you in the back of the head. And then I knocked you out. And the match is over. So I don't know if their friendship and their tag team thing is going to work out anymore because he just kind of screwed himself over with that. Trying to prove he's the better guy.
Again, I thought this was a cool way to do it.
Yeah.
Considering they both had injuries before.
Mm-hmm.
So this is kind of a cool way to kind of tell, to have this match end.
Yeah.
So,
I guess we'll just kind of have to see because they were a tag team before.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, we're going to go for the tag championships. And then, like, they might not now because kind of just might have ruined your friendship, people.
Yeah, definitely.
So after that, we get a Rhea Ripley promo. This is a good promo. Very interactive with the crowd.
Yeah.
This is a good one. She was calling out Piper Niven. She was, are y'all doing Impact on Friday?
I don't know. Because we're definitely going to do Double or Nothing on Saturday.
It's on Saturday?
Yeah, 25th.
And today's the 22nd?
Yeah.
Tomorrow's the 23rd, 24th, 25th. Yeah. That would be Saturday.
So we're still looking at it. Possibly.
We
haven't decided yet whether we're going to do it or not.
I like Tessa Blanchard on Impact. She's cool. Johnny Impact. They got some cool people over there.
I've watched a little bit of Impact, not a lot of it. So,
Sammy Callahan. They're cool.
You've probably watched more than I have.
I know people that are on there and you don't.
Yeah.
so
you're in better shape than I am with that.
It's okay. No big deal. But I don't know.
If we have enough interest, we probably
Leave
would
it
do
open.
Impact. I mean, it's
something
we would consider doing.
I mean, you're one of the second or third people who's asked about it.
So, I mean, there's a possibility we may start doing some Impact.
We might do Impact if people are interested. I mean, Impact is kind of cool, and so I'm not opposed to it.
Yeah.
So the Rhea Ripley promo, she calls out Piper Niven and is like, everybody keeps saying that Jordan Grace, that's another one. Yeah, she's good on there too. On Impact. But she is Rhea Ripley is, Piper Niven. People say you're like really good here. They were in Glasgow when they did this NXT UK.
Yeah.
And so they were like, I hear she's really popular around here, and then she got a big crowd reaction for that, and then she was like, "But I'm popular."
Popular.
I am bigger than Piper Niven, and I am more of a superstar, and I don't understand the charm to her. I don't get it. I don't understand. Y'all are crazy. And so I'm thoroughly expecting to see a Rhea Ripley and Piper Niven match down the line.
Yeah.
Just
definitely.
because it makes the most sense. And
it's gonna happen.
I'm here for it.
If they're calling each other out, it's gonna happen.
Yeah. One other thing that she said was, like every time Piper she gets on the mic, she's always talking about me. Why are you always talking about me? Because you want to be me. I get it.
Oh, Rhea Ripley versus Shayna would definitely be good.
Yeah, it would. It'd be a good match.
Yeah. And having it on the main roster would be cool, but like I said, the way they do use wrestlers up there, it's probably better doing it in NXT than it is up on the main roster.
Yeah.
Sad part is there would be a lot of people that wouldn't see it just because they don't have the WWE network.
Yeah.
So.
Should just make that a thing that everybody has now.
Yeah.
Everybody get the WWE network. It's really, really, really good. We watch all NXT on there. We don't really watch 205 Live. Yes,
no,
every now and
we
again.
watch it every now and then.
We watch pay-per-views on there, though.
Yeah.
So that's a plus. So that, the Rhea Ripley thing was good. Then we have Kassius OhNo looking for good news. So last week, he was told that next week he would get told what big match he would have against who. And he gets told that he's going to face Gentleman Jack Gallagher next week on NXT UK. Speaking of talking about Kassius OhNo, it made me think of Kushida. They did announce on NXT that next week he will have a match against Drew Gulak, Kushida, which is it's expected because that's kind of where they left it off last week.
Yeah.
Was,
Wow, he's still relevant.
So, yeah, Kassius OhNo against Gentleman Jack Gallagher is next week on NXT UK.
He's relevant because everybody beats him up, so everybody gets a chance to win. That's why he's relevant, James.
He's the, he's the, I don't even know what to call him.
He's the punching bag of NXT.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter whether it's NXT or NXT UK.
Could be the main roster, too, and it'd probably have the same outcome.
Yep.
He could be one of those guys who's chasing after the 24/7 championship.
He'd be one that's chasing after the 24/7 because he wouldn't be.
Let's go get our truth down on. It's open to everybody.
Yeah.
Get our truth down on NXT, NXT UK. Have him be walking around back there, and Kassius OhNo just hits him upside the head and is like, "Yes, I'm the champion of something.
Yeah.
Finally, all my hard work is paid off." And then he gets knocked out by somebody.
Well, and they could do it because he doesn't need to be on the main roster because they said it could be anyone.
It could be anybody. So I'm just waiting for our truth.
It could be your grandma.
I'm just waiting for our truth to make his way to NXT. So we can get that championship.
Yeah.
Man, just come on, man.
So then dude. We have the Pete Dunne versus Walter match for the NXT UK Championship.
This is a good match.
Yeah, definitely.
Swear to you, every time I watch Pete Dunne wrestle and he does those stupid hand things, I'm just like... Since, I don't even know. I'm like, that hurt my hands.
Yeah.
I have to clench my fist. I'm like, my fingers are all still here. They're all still intact. I'm fine.
Yes.
It hurts me.
Yeah, it's okay. Don't let it hurt you.
It's like, I watch it and I'm just like, I can't. Because he bends it back and I'm just like,
Yeah.
It hurts. It hurts. I'm not even the one who's getting my hand squashed and it hurts.
Yeah.
He does a good job.
He does do a good job.
He does a good job. And I'm just,
Again, good match.
Always.
Excellent.
Always.
It kept interest.
Always. The crowd was behind Walter at first. And then that twist ending, bro.
Yeah.
They turned on him.
Yeah.
They were like, oh!
So, anyway, Walter ends up winning after...
Marcel Bartel. You're not going to say them right.
No, I'll mess him up.
After Marcel Bartel comes in...
Fabian Aichner.
No, it's Fabian Aichner.
Oh, that's close.
You're close. You got the last name right. You didn't call him Aichner. It's Aichner. The 24/7 title is the most relevant. Is more relevant than the Universal title and the WWE title. True.
You got more people chasing after it.
Oh boy, that's hilarious.
Where on the other, you only got about 4 guys that have a shot at winning it.
I want to see the Drake Maverick and R-Truth thing just unfold because on social media it's amazing.
It is.
It
has
pulled my interest in so much. The R-Truth posters, I want one.
I know the other day I said, or yesterday.
You're being negative, Nelly.
I was like, I hate this. I hate the 24/7 thing. I hate the whole idea behind it.
You're like, I just don't get it.
I think it's stupid.
And I hate it.
Now, if they continue to do the comedic act with it and don't make it like a serious title and do it the way they're doing it, then I think I could be cool with it.
I am okay.
If they try to make it a serious title and have someone that's serious come in and take the title, then no, I'm not for it.
Carmella will pin Truth. I'm waiting for it.
And that's what that's the one thing that we've talked about was doing something like that with it. Whether I said have R-Truth taking a nap and someone walks up and puts their hand on his chest and the guy,
the ref is there,
calls over the ref and says quiet, shh, and then they pin him quietly. Yeah. So
and he walks out with it, and then R-Truth wakes up and is like, "Where'd my championship belt go?"
Yeah.
That would be hilarious.
I think that as long as they keep it the comedic side of it, I think it can be.
He keeps calling it the European 24/7 Championship.
Yeah.
R-Truth, it makes me laugh so much.
And but that's what I said is if they keep it the comedic side of it, I think it can work. If they try to make it important and serious, then I don't think that this works because I absolutely would hate the title.
I wasn't the same way. The first day it came out on Raw, I was like, okay, I don't understand what the point of this is. And then after those videos came out and I watched it, I came on here yesterday and I was like, I absolutely love this. They have changed my mind completely with these videos of Drake Maverick trying to hunt down R-Truth for the title. Legit changed my perspective completely.
But it's the comedic side of it.
It is. That's what changed my mind. At first I was like, this is stupid. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I was like, what did I just watch? And then I saw those videos after we were done, and I was like,
well, it's part of why
I could get behind this.
Well, it's part of why I can. If they do it this way, I'm cool with it. If they make it serious, no.
Love it now. I'm not going to go to lengths to say it's my favorite championship because that's a lie, but it's one of my favorites to watch. So, anyways, Pete Dunne and Walter. We're talking about.
Yeah, Pete Dunne, Walter.
The match ends after Marcel Bartel and Fabian Aichner come out and help Walter get the win. Aichner distracts Dunne for a minute, and then that leaves Bartel enough time to grab the championship, hit Dunne upside the head with it while the ref is not looking, and then Dunne gets pinned.
Yes.
And it's over.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, again, the UK show was good. It's a great match. Interesting.
R-Truth is a Crash Holly of
definitely.
the PG era.
He is definitely the Crash Holly of the PG era.
Yep.
I agree. Yeah, he's funny. I like R-Truth.
We loved him when he was a U.S. champion a couple months ago. We were like, keep the belt on him. Keep the belt on him.
So this might be the belt he needs to keep because if they, like I said, they make
it's a joke title and
comedy
everybody
side
loves
of it.
it.
And I think it'll make it interesting as long as they do it the way they're doing it.
I agree 100%.
So that does it for NXT UK.
Yeah,
Again, it was a solid show. I thought that they did a good job with putting stuff together, keeping people entertained, telling storylines, which I think is a huge part of wrestling.
Yep. And
that's what keeps people interested.
Yep.
Either that or you just love somebody so much that it doesn't care what they do. They could put them sitting on the toilet and you'd be excited about it. Kind of like you and Becky Lynch. Woo! Becky Lynch is on the toilet!
Oh, boy.
Anyway, reminder, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe.
Make sure
hit that bell button.
Subscribe.
And then hit the bell button. Hit the bell thingy.
The bell.
Is it a button?
It's a button.
Okay. Hit the bell button.
Hit the bell button.
Hit
the
little
bell thingy. I mean, that makes sense too. It's a
Um,
bell button. It's legit right there.
Yeah.
Hit the bell button. It's a button that you click.
Yeah, so hit that. Again, we stream every Monday after Raw, every Tuesday after SmackDown, every Wednesday after NXT, and after every pay-per-view. Thanks, James.
Glad you love it. We love making them.
One thing we're trying here, we haven't done it, and we've been talking about doing it. We did record the first part when we talked about
NXT.
the NXT for a podcast. So we are looking to get that out. I'm going to play around with it and take a look at it and see what all I can do with it.
So we'll see.
So
we'll let you know.
We may have a podcast out there soon.
For any updates, follow us on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. Okay, I give you the most updates.
Yes, definitely follow
her. Me on Twitter at Maven Gleen.
I will post
to
things
get updates
every now
about
and then.
podcasts and business and wrestling and stuff.
Yes, definitely.
Like, follow me on Twitter because that's where you find all the information because he's not a Twitter genius. I am.
Well, I don't have a lot of time to do the Twitter thing.
Hence why I'm the Twitter genius.
So you're the Twitter genius.
And you are not.
Yes.
I've had more time on Twitter than you have. I've probably been on Twitter more in the last, since I got it, which was probably 3 months ago or so. Longer than you have had Twitter, the entire time.
Yeah. Yeah, so.
I'm on Twitter so much.
You are.
Yeah, you already follow me on Twitter, James. I know. It's cool. Thanks for following.
Yes, I've seen you on Twitter, James.
Tell your friends.
Definitely seen you on Twitter. Yeah. Tell all your friends.
Tell all your friends. Follow me on Twitter and follow us here at The Wrestle Story. Right? That's what this is called?
Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
And look for our podcast being kicked out here. Hopefully, soon. I'm going to take a look here and see how things went, and we'll see what happens and go from there. Yeah. With that, I think that we are done.
And we'll be back on Saturday?
We will be back Saturday.
Definitely. Recap.
We'll think about Friday. We'll see what's going on.
Double or nothing.
But we'll be back for definitely on Saturday to talk about.
One thing about the Double or Nothing, the winner. Okay, so one thing that was announced. Thanks,
James.
Thanks. One thing about the AEW stuff with the championship, whoever wins the Chris Jericho Kenny Omega match, they're the champion, and then whoever wins the Battle Royal gets,
which is in the pre-show,
which is on the pre-show, gets an opportunity at whoever wins.
Which is kind of cool because you get to see the pre-show for free on YouTube or on the BR app. So,
we'll be watching.
You can see half of whoever's going to be wrestling for their title. And it'll be interesting. I wonder if they'll have another pay-per-view prior to when they actually go live on TV.
They do have another pay-per-view.
What is it?
I can't think of what it's called.
They have another one?
Yeah, they have another one. It's in June or July or something like that.
Boy, I'm a dork.
Yeah, you are.
How'd I miss that?
I don't know, but it's. I'm pretty sure I have a screenshot of it somewhere. I could be wrong. I'll have to find it and show it to you.
You have 974,000 pictures on there. You'll never find it.
I know I do. They're all pictures of matches and stuff. I saved the pictures because I use them in our videos because it's easier than having to make my own thumbnails.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're ready to see it too. See how it goes down. See if it's check it out. I think it's gonna be good. I think
so too. Fight for the Fallen.
Oh yes, I did know that.
July 13th.
I knew that.
You did know that. It was right after it was announced.
Yeah.
Right after Jungle Boy's dad died.
Yes, I did know that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See?
Cool.
Just have to jog your memory. I couldn't remember what it's called either, but that's what it's called.
I knew that.
And you did know that.
Everybody out there, I knew that.
You knew that.
I just forgot.
Yeah.
All right, with that, we're going to take off.
We'll be back
See you guys
Saturday.
on Saturday to recap AEW's Double or Nothing.
Peace out.
Peace out.